Our next speaker, his name is Wizipan Little Elk. He's a member of the Rosebud Sioux tribe and the CEO of the Rosebud Economic Development Corporation. In 2008, Wizipan was first Americans vote director for Obama for America, as well as the first Americans liaison for the Obama transition team. Before returning home, he served as Deputy Chief of Staff to the Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs at the Department of the Interior. Holy smokes, that's long. And on the personal staff of former U.S. Senate Minority Leader Tom Daschle. Wizipan received his B.A. in American Indian Studies from Yale University and his law degree from the University of Arizona. Wizipan is the first student from a reservation-located high school to attend and graduate from Yale, and the first student to use an indigenous language, Lakota, to fulfill the university's foreign language requirement. He is married to Madonna Sitting Bear, who's here, who together have a beautiful son who's going to be coming up on stage with him, as well as his nephew. So let's give it our hands together for Wizipan.
How me takuepi. Yuha chante washte na pe chuzapelo. Wizipan hemacha. Na sichan hu lakota hemacha. Good afternoon, everyone. I greet you all with a good heart. My name is Wizipan. I'm an enrolled member of the Rosebud Sioux tribe. Before I get into this, a quick housekeeping note. In looking around, there's a number of individuals we see here and there that have face paint on, and we'd respectfully ask you to get some water and to wash that off. That's something that is unique to our people, to the First Americans people, and it represents painting your face and getting ready to go into battle. And so this is a peaceful demonstration, and in order to wear that paint, it's something that has to be earned. Not anyone can just do that. So we would respectfully ask you to do that. In 1868, the United States government signed a treaty with the Great Sioux Nation of peace and friendship. And in that treaty, certain lands were set aside for the exclusive use of the tribes of the Great Sioux Nation, and other lands were ceded to the United States government. The ceded lands were for our relatives, our non-Indian relatives who came across the ocean, and it was land to help the United States become a nation, to become a great nation. Unfortunately, every single treaty that has ever been signed with an Indian tribe has been violated. It was violated then, and it continues to be violated. However, the treaty is still law. The treaty was signed. The treaty was sealed with a sacred pipe. And so it becomes God's law, and it's binding upon all of us. The treaty was signed shortly after the end of the Civil War, in which President Lincoln took a stand, and the United States government took a stand against slavery. Every generation, at every point throughout history, we are asked to stand. We are asked to do something great. We are asked to stand for justice, for peace, for the health and well-being and welfare of humanity. Today, what we've been doing this week represents the best of what America can be. It represents the best of what tribal nations can be. We formed an alliance, the Cowboy Indian Alliance. There was a time when the Cowboys and Indians and ranchers fought. That time is behind us. Today we stand hand in hand, united. The other day I stood with a landowner. A rancher. in the reflecting pool. We stood in the water, which is what we're all trying to protect. And like our civil rights leaders before us, in the 50s and the 60s and 70s, we're standing up for what's right. There's a famous quote by Chief Justice Black, and it's about Indian treaties. It's a Supreme Court decision. And it says, "Great nations, like great men, should live up to their word." And so today, the Indian and the cowboy, the first Americans and the new Americans who've immigrated from all over the world, we're standing here united, and we're asking the president, we're asking the United States government to be a great nation and to live up to their word, not only to the American Indian, but to the people who elected the leaders of the United States and put them in the office, to stand up and live up to their word. We're asking them to make the right decision. We put our leaders in place to fight for our rights, to protect our people, to ensure that our children and our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren will have a healthy, clean environment. Let's stand up to big money. Let's stand up to corporate interests. We have an opportunity as a nation to put antiquated technology behind us, to leave the fossil fuel age behind us, and to enter a new energy revolution. And so today, we're gonna join together. We're gonna grab hands, and we're gonna walk, and we're gonna make our voices heard, and we're gonna represent the best of what America can be. Thank you.